Hey guys, my name is Nick and welcome back to the channel, and we are back with the Hallows Gate. Our first round of kill team has been complete by our intrepid warriors as the forces of the Imperium take on the forces of Chaos and Drukhari. So this video is all going to be about the first round. We didn't record any of it, but we've taken plenty of pictures and some fancy shots and so on. Recording kill team can be a bit tricky because we don't really know the rules, and we didn't want to get critiqued too heavily on YouTube. We know those comment sections can be fun, but I think we pretty much got it right. But we've got lots of pictures. Some of the venues we played in you couldn't record, like our local store. It kind of felt a bit wrong to record in there. But I'm going to try and narrate through the 5 rounds that we have had, kicking off with my game versus Rich, and then we'll spin into the rest, and we'll see how the Hallows Gate first round kill team games went. Let's get straight into the video. So as a reminder of those that are not aware of what's going on here, this is the Hallows Gate narrative campaign played by 10 of us that all live fairly local to each other and are super keen on playing Warhammer and sharing it amongst the community on various Instagram and other social media outlets. So this is the format of the ladder that we're playing. I'll leave all the links in the description below for the full introduction so you can go and catch up on the story so far, where the Chaos and Drukhari forces are attempting to establish a foothold in the Hallows outer moons before moving into the inner system planets. Capturing or killing leaders in these locations to provide vital intelligence will be key to future success. Forces of the Imperium, on the other hand, have managed to get their advanced forces dropped into the sector and prepare to bolster the local populace. Both teams, as I said, are playing Take No Prisoners in a kill team game. So the first game of Kill Team was completed by Rich O'Keefe from the Floorhammer Podcast versus myself, him fielding his beloved Ultramarines against my 1,000 Sons. You can see his fabulous looking Kill Team aboard here, with me deployed in that bottom right hand corner you saw from that overhead view, and then him in that top left position. Lots of initiative going on in Kill Team. If you've never played it before, it is initiative based, and lots of shenanigans going on. Very difficult to kind of talk effectively through a photographed battle report, to be honest, and I played it a month ago, so trying to do a narrative audio. Either way, lots of making ready with all the big guns, lots of sneaking around, and the purpose of the kill team mission, the Take No Prisoners one, is killing them at range isn't going to score you any points. You need to kill an enemy or down an enemy, take them out of combat or out of action is the official phrase, within 1 inch of them. So basically you've got to beat them in melee. And Rich's army, which is full of lots of plasma, which is awesome in Kill Team because it does double damage and everything else, against my more melee focused forces with the lovely little Zangars here, actually proved very effective. I played the stratagem, or the scouting move of booby traps, and some of these cars decided to blow up and start taking wounds off of his intercessors, including his intercessor sergeant, who was his leader. In the meantime, lots of fast-moving Zangors leaping over cover, avoiding, ducking and dodging all those bullets, and eventually the final showdown came as the sorcerer waded his way through the middle of the field along with his Zangar brethren, and yeah, we took a couple of hostages. The end result being 2 points to the 1,000 Sons, 0 points to the Ultramarines, and a chaos victory for round 1. Game 2 saw Bill versus Dave. Now these guys are from Warzone Morloc 40k on YouTube. Links to their channel will be in the description below. And this is where Billy took on his custom Void Stalker chapter against the Death Guard. Now I wasn't actually there for this game. In fact, I'm not there for the rest of the games because the whole point of a campaign is everyone can buddy up and play their own game. So I'm kind of just talking my way and just having a little bit of banter over some of the awesome pictures that these guys have taken during their games, and just talking about how the narrative experience is panning out. Now, whilst all this action was going on, there's an awful lot of banter over our WhatsApp group that we've got going on as well. There's lots of sledging is probably the best way of putting it. Maybe a few expletives might be going on in there, and lots of editing of people's photos that people are putting up as well, just to wind each other up ready for the next round. This is all part of the fun. This is what makes narrative campaigns such good fun, especially when you're playing over a prolonged period of time. But these are some awesome action shots taken by Bill during his game against Dave, and the reports from the front line were that the Void Stalkers scout recon units took a lowly Poxwalker captive, and the net result was a 1-0 victory to the Imperium. I'm not sure exactly what information they'll get out of a Poxwalker. Good luck torturing him. But it looks and sounded like an awesome game. It was actually their very first ever kill team game, so it took a little bit longer to play than the the recommended sort of 45 minutes. But that's the nature of the beast. They are now solid converts to kill team, as are most of the rest of us. It is an awesome game format, and if you haven't tried it, I highly recommend it. For the next battle summary then, it's Rich versus Tim. Now you'll notice Rich is playing his second game. Unfortunately, Patrick was unable to step in due to work commitments, so Rich had to quickly step in, and reports from the front line were a bit thin because it was kind of a quick game. And the net result were the Ultramarines were victorious against the Drukhari. It seems Drukhari can't do very much without their raiders. So yeah, when they were on the ground themselves, their little kill team proved not enough for the forces of the Imperium, and they ran away with the game 3-1. So we headed into the fourth game. It was 2-1 to the forces of the Imperium at this stage. It was time for Abaddon, our team leader, to dispatch his Black Legion into the fray and take on the Scions that are the allied attachments to Dave from the Floorhammer Podcast. There's Dave versus Dave, no confusion there, as his forces of Scions attempt to prevent the War Master's forces evening up the score and taking some prisoners. Alas for those Scions, their hotshot last guns were no match for Abaddon's finest, especially those wonderful cultists that we all know and love. And the forces of Abaddon and the Black Legion took the game 1 hostage to 0, tying up the score as we head into the 5th round. It all came down to the final game. The scores: Chaos 2, Imperium 2. The final game, the final showdown, was Glenn's Adeptus Mechanicus versus Tom's Night Lords. We can see some of the exciting pictures here played at our local store. And the net result, it came down to turn 5. In fact, it took 5 turns of rolling dice just to get initiative in this game. They kept rolling the same dice. But in the end, the Night Lords pinched a lowly Skitarii and won the game 1-0. So after 5 tough fought rounds, the Chaos forces with their little friends from the Drukhari emerged triumphant with a net result of 3 games versus 2 as we move into the second round, which will be Combat Patrol. Now a quick word from our sponsor.
The Dark Gods are pleased. We have established our foothold in the Hallows Outer Moons. we can now move into the inner system planets. We have captured many leaders in these locations, and we have key intelligence to tell us where the defences are of the foolish false emperor worshippers. We can now proceed to land our bigger elements of our forces and advance inwards. We need to establish a secure landing zone for resupply, onwards and to victory.
So it appears Abaddon is quite happy. So let's talk about what's going on with round 2. So round 2 is going to be combat patrol. Now I'm going to put the combat patrol force org detachment up on the screen just as a reminder for those that are not aware of how this works. And because the forces of Chaos won, the next round on the campaign tree will be a beachhead. Now this is from chapter approved 2018. And those games are going to be played over the end of September, probably the start of October as well. We are running a little bit behind due to work and other personal reasons and so on. That just kind of happens, you know, when you're playing a protracted round of games and trying to organise things is like herding cats. So the Chaos Forces are looking to establish a better landing point on the inner systems, ready to assault Hallows Gate and take on the rest of the Imperium, who are going to start landing their larger forces as well. And we're going to move into some of the perimeter skirmishes. We're looking to kind of establish here a beachhead, which will enable the Chaos Forces to start landing larger elements of their armies, ready to roll through the system in preparation for Vigilus. But I hope you enjoyed this roundup of Kill Team and this narrative-based campaign amongst a bunch of idiots, let's be honest. But yeah, looking forward to playing the next round. The Combat Patrol games are all being organised as I record this video. Looking forward to trying to get to some of those so I can at least see what's going on. But this is the joys of trying to, you know, bat rep games that you're not physically at. Hoping that a little bit more video action is going to be done. I'm certainly going to be recording my game. My game is going to be facing Glenn's Adeptus Mechanicus in round 2, so look forward to that on the channel very soon. But I hope you're enjoying this narrative style format, and if you do, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I shall catch you guys on the next video.